Yeah. Check the elevation. Take a seat, elevate your mind. You're rocking with the best.
Cassandra Marie, and we're going way up.
Clock strikes the hour, yeah, the smoke starts to curl. Welcome to the vision, it's a Cassandra Marie world. We ain't just talking clouds, we talking about the growth. Living life authentic, yeah, she's taking the oath. From the spark to the flame, she's defining the scene. The undisputed queen of the hazy and the green. Got the wisdom in the rhymes and the fire in the soul. Keeping it 100 while we losing all control. High times, bright lights, feeling so alive. With Cassandra Marie, yeah, we ready for the drive. Higher than the ceiling, grounded in the truth. Spilling all the magic from the elders to the youth. It's the high times, yeah, you know the name. Once you catch the vibe, life never feels the same. No stress in the air, just a heavy hitting flow. Watch the numbers climb as the conversation grows. She's the spark in the dark, she's the leader of the pack. If you
Hey, bitches. Welcome back to the channel. Ooh, today's gonna be a fun one. Okay, for once we're not talking about the Akron cryptid. We are talking about some unknown cryptids around the U.S. I'm excited about this because I read the description and I'm like, holy shit. I was reading about some of them and I'm like, damn, I've never even heard of this. So, let's get into roll call, shall we? We'll probably also wait a little bit so people can get in because YouTube is stupid sometimes with notifying people. For those that just got in, hello. Welcome. Hey, Chosen Light. Hey, Sean Synthetic. What's up, April? I asked Loki if he was coming on stream. I don't think he is. He's asleep in the cat tree. Cyrex and all the locales are played out, but especially him. Rax. Go. Oh, cool. Movie stash. Hell yeah. That's really cool. I'm so into this shit. I don't care what anybody says. I believe it. Also, this is High Times, so I think this is going to be in its own folder. So I think I'm going to do High Times, which is going to be Dumbass and probably other locales and shit like that. High Times Paranormal is going to be about cryptids, paranormal stuff, conspiracies, all kinds of shit. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bram Wayne, I apologize. Hey, Taffy, what's up? Oh, you guys, I don't know if any of you guys like to read. I actually really enjoy reading, believe it or not. Oh my god, this is probably one of my new favorite authors. I've read two or three of his books already. They're really good. This one is so freaking good. Hold on, let me turn off the background so you guys can see this. Okay, this is what it's called. It's called The Only One Left. It's by Riley Sager, I apologize. Riley Sager is probably how you say it. It's so good. His books, he is the king of twists. If you thrillers and, paranormal and, murder and all that kind of stuff, this is so good. He's really good. He's definitely one of my favorites I found. I really enjoy his stuff. But let's continue. We are in the haunted or the cryptid cabin here. I thought it was fitting. So this is going to be the new background for this. And we also got the spooky forest. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay. Lake monsters. Do you guys believe in Nessie? The Loch Ness? I believe that there was, I don't know if it's still alive today, but I believe at one point in time it was real. It had to have been. Let's be real. Sea monsters and stuff from Viking era. Come on, they didn't have AI and all that bullshit back then, so they had to have seen something. And besides all the freaking prehistoric shit, I believe it. Sean and Steph, what's up? Hello. Hey, Christopher Melbourne. Tyler Zone, hello. Hope you're doing great. My favorite internet troll. Well, thank you, Vcash. I'm a huge aquatic cryptid fan, but currently Bat Squatch in Texas has had me digging a rabbit Bat Squatch. What the hell is that? I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up after. We're gonna try to let people get in because you know how YouTube is. It sucks at notifying people. Although, peace and love to all the replay watchers, the replay gang. Hell yeah. Hi Bubba Beyond Ghosted. Hi Irons and what's up? Scotty D's nuts. I have, excuse me, Teddy Whopper. I have, or Whooper. I apologize. Teddy Whooper. Yes, I have heard of Goatman's Bridge. Where is that again? I can't remember. Oh, thank you. Patriotic, yes. I need to change them. Goblin Exterminator, hello. Another day. What? Another day, another cow. Aw, that's a shame. I'm sorry about that movie stash. Make it make sense. Biggest cryptid is... Yeah, that's... You're not wrong. Hey, Grizz. Hey, Toxic Masculinity. Bigfoot is my favorite cryptid, and the original Chupacabra. That was green with a proboscis before idiots started believing it was a mangy dog coyote. That's why, okay, because, like, I know a lot of people refer to it as a dog kind of thing, but wasn't it, like, a creature? Like, wasn't it, like, a creature that stood on two legs, and it was smaller? Kind of looked like a goblin, or, like, a troll kind of thing. Rack Squad. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Yes. Oh, thank you. Skinwalkers are the only cryptid I am genuinely afraid. Yeah, I have spent many months in the Appalachian Mountains. And there's some weird... Yeah, the Appalachian Mountains... Don't fuck with the Appalachian Mountains because, dude, they are terrifying. They are scary. Like, the rules that you have to follow and stuff, oh my god. I've heard stories. You know what, you guys, we'll have to get into that too. We'll have to do a video on the Appalachian Mountains. And is there any creepy shit about the Rocky? I don't really know too much about the Rocky Mountain. I just hear about Appalachian a lot. The artistic demigod. What's up? Hello. Waverly Hills. Ugh. Yeah, Waverly Hills is still there. As far as I know, yes. I want to go there too. It's my dream. I went to Pennhurst, which I love. Hey, Bruce's gaming channel. I'm good. I hope you are doing well. Hey, Chief Microwave. I apologize if I missed you. Sean Synthetic with the $4.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a little green creature with a... Yeah, that's what I thought. Because that's how I've seen it described. And then over time, it's been turned into like a dog, like a mangy dog, coyote thing. Why? Why would you... I think it'd be creepier for a fucking creature that has a sucking mouth. Like, to me, that's creepy. And it's called a goat sucker. It's not a dog. The queen has come back to her... George W. Bush. Yeah. I wasn't ever going to go anywhere. Goblin thing. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I appreciate Rogaroo. I heard of Hey Wildflower, Pizza Cat Wizard. You like banjos? Yeah, people disappear in the mountains. Which ones? The Rockies? Well, I know that. But, like, is there any cryptid stories or anything? Or is it just... I know there's, like, missing people and stuff like that. But, like... Oh, yeah, don't whistle in the woods. I know that. And after a certain time, you have to shut your curtains. You can't look outside. If you hear your name called or you hear somebody talking, just ignore it. Oh, my gosh, really? Wow. One's for tuberculosis and one's for polio. Wow, that's really interesting. Huh. What did he say? Was he like, this place was awful? Because their concept was, the reason why it's open, because it was a tuberculosis hospital. And that's why it was all open, because they believe like fresh air would cure the patients. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of them actually, you know, jumped, unfortunately. And I think that's why. Didn't they have to close it off or something? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking of another place. I don't know. I swear that's what I heard. I don't know. Sean Synthetic. With the $4.99. Again, Linda Godfrey's book American Monsters is a great read for anyone that is curious about cryptids. It's where I heard about the bat squatch. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me take a picture of that. Sorry, I will forget. Okay, I'm gonna look that book up. Okay, thank you so much for that. Hi, Cass. My God, I'm sorry. Was my boyfriend. Yes, I don't know if you guys heard, but I am in a relationship. I am no longer single. I'm sorry, but my boyfriend was here. He dropped me off a blinker because I ran out. And he was out and about anyways. So, yes. Oh my God, look. It looks like a cat. Like it has cat ears. I'm living. This is called White Willow. It literally tastes like a cottage. Like a grandmother's cottage. Like comfy. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I don't know. Lugaroo? Wolf or dog man? Chupacabra. Mothman, Bigfoot, Goatman. The Wendigo? Yes, I've heard of the Wendigo. Wendigos and the Skinwalkers, I don't mess with, especially because, like, Native American folklore and Native American stuff in general, I don't mess with because it's a very, to me, it's something you don't mess with, you know? Like, Native American burial grounds, like, I would never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just would never disrespect or any of that. So, like, that stuff, I don't remember who said that, but they're genuinely scared of Skinwalkers. I agree. Skinwalkers and Skinwalkers specifically, those freak me out. Yeah. Hey, Shwilly, what's up? Oh, it's on Audible? Oh, nice. Wait, does she read it? Does she read it to you? That'd be kind of cool if she read it to you. Did you meet him from the community? Meet who? Allfather. Wait, who are you talking about? My fiance. Yeah. 60, there was... Ugh, of course. That's a shame. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that the patients were, when it was a tuberculosis hospital, excuse me, I'm glad that they were treated very well. That's good to hear because I know sometimes, especially back then, because clearly medicine has changed since then, especially in mental hospitals, they were not treated very well at all. They were treated horribly. There was a lot of abuse. There was a lot of neglect. It's very sad. That's a shame. When it comes, see, that pisses me off, especially like when it comes to old people too. Don't do that. Like, I don't understand. How could you do this? I just don't understand. How could you? It's just like with children. Like, how could you abuse an elderly person? They can't even do anything. Like especially if they're in a nursing home. Like, come on. What are you smoking these days? This is called White Willow. It's a hybrid. I have heard of a rake. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. Hey, Earl Grey Bandit, what's up? Okay, what strains are good where you are at, Cassandra? Honestly, I don't really know. I kind of just smoke anything. Hey, yes, I've never had this. To be honest, Earl Grey Bandit, my boyfriend was here because he dropped this off to me because he's so sweet. I actually was like, to me, I was like, you know what this tastes like? He's like, what? I said, I'm like, this tastes like a cottage, like a grandmother's cottage. It's like homey and earthy and just, I don't know, like somewhere like in the Scottish mountains or something, like the Scottish countryside or something. That's what it tastes like in the forest. I don't know. It's very good. It's about power. That's true. Well, yeah, that's true. Um, I haven't been able to stream because our power has been out. We had a horrible storm. Actually, it was considered an F1 tornado where I live. It was really bad. But everybody's okay. Nobody was hurt or anything like that. There's a lot of damage. Nowhere near, like, in our... Well, that's a lie. There was a carport over here. The cars got destroyed. The thing collapsed on them. Some people lost their vehicles. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Yeah, very scary. Our governor a couple days ago actually considered it and labeled it a F1. So a lot of people are getting reimbursed, like, you know, because we didn't have any power, we lost some of our food and stuff. So we're gonna hopefully get reimbursed for that. Okay, I'm sorry. Enough of me fucking rambling. Oh, sorry. I'm trying not to swear as much because this will be the first time I don't have to age restrict my video. Ooh, I believe in the paranormal already. But, yeah. Listen, as soon as I enter, like, when the first time I went to Mansfield, the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, the old prison there, where they filmed Shawshank Redemption, first time as soon as I stepped over into the threshold, dude, the energy was absolutely insane. Like, it was crazy. Yes, ghost. I want to go ghost hunting there. I did go ghost hunting at Pennhurst. Oh my god, it was amazing. I got some stuff. I'm gonna have to upload it. It's pretty great. It was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever seen with my own eyes. Like, it was crazy. I have never seen watch somebody physically get like goosebumps as fast as I saw my ex at the time. It was crazy. And like, you could feel the cold spot, and it was like hot out. It was in the summertime, so it was warm. It wasn't cold. Yeah, it was at nighttime, but we were in a building. It was pretty warm, but you could feel like a cold spot, and it moved. It was crazy. So cool. What is that? I have never heard of it. We should go to the Battle of Bunker Hill. Where's that at? I just like it because Queso made a reference of it. It was really funny. He's like, this isn't the Battle of Bunker Hill. Who, Rax? Apparently we have a cryptid in, like Berlin Lake or something. Like Lake Milton area. It's like a type of Sasquatch. I don't remember what it's called, though. I don't know. Anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's get on with this amazing video. I'm ready. Okay. I sped it up and I put the captions on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Mr. William Gloryhole. Yay, William. Hey, William. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. We're talking about cryptids. And no, we're not talking about Rax for once. We're talking about unknown cryptids from the U.S. Less known cryptids, excuse me.
Beyond the towering shadow of Bigfoot and the piercing red eyes of Mothman lies a hidden America, a landscape teeming with strange and forgotten folklore. Every state, every remote mountain range, and even murky swamp.
I'm so sorry. How rude of me. Before we start, we should take a blinker. Jesus Christ. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Hold it. Get another one. 3, baby. Woo! Oh, wow. That was really good. Hi, Michael J. Oh my god, I was up for oh my god. Earl Grey Bandit, why were you look up Gumbaroo? Hey, Camaro. Hey, hey, Naughty Nurse. Oh. Okay.
Seems to have its own secret. A creature whispered about in hushed tones at local diners and around late-night campfires.
Oh, no.
These are the stories that don't often make the national news. The hyper-local legends born from a specific place and a specific fear. This video is an expedition into those shadows. We'll journey from the haunted back roads of the Deep South to the desolate peaks of the West, uncovering the tales of 25 of the nation's most obscure and fascinating cryptids. Now, some of these you may have heard of, some you probably haven't. But either way, prepare to meet not just hairy hominids, but bizarre reptilians, malevolent harbingers of doom, sorrowful beasts that weep in the woods, and otherworldly visitors that terrorized entire towns. Each one is a unique piece of a grand, weird tapestry a testament to the enduring power of a good monster story. So, step off the beaten path and get ready to discover the monsters in America's backyard.
Hey, Sir Morningwood.
I'm Steve Stockton. Let's walk and see.
Ooh, I'm
Now,
ready.
deep within the dense woodlands and swampy hollows of
Let's go, Steve. I'm ready. What the hell is this thing? Good lord. This looks like something out of like Japanese folklore. Am I wrong? It kind of reminds me of like those what the hell are those things called? Jesus. I don't want to be rude, or I can't remember what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about? They have like those, maybe it's not Japanese, maybe it's Chinese. What the hell are they called? It's not a samurai. They have like those, I don't remember what they're called. It's the thing that's in the background of the Chola's screen. It's that, it has like that, I don't know what the heck they're called. I'm sorry. It's a warrior armor, like soldier of some kind, but that's what it kind of reminds me of, like the mask, you know? I don't know. Never mind. Just
of Alabama lurks a
Yoka?
creature of local legend known
Yokai?
simply
Is
as
that what
the
it's
White
called? A
Thing
yokai?
in local dialect. For nearly a century, tales
Is that what it's called? A yokai? I apologize. I'm not sure, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like the thing that has like, I think they have horns on them too. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of Shao Kahn's mask, but it's not. Obviously, it's not a Mortal Kombat mask. It's like Chinese or Japanese. I can't remember which one it is. I apologize for my ignorance. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. I don't know why. A samurai? Is it a samurai? I'm sorry. I don't know. I apologize.
of this enigmatic beast have haunted the rural communities of North and Central Alabama, particularly in the triangle formed by Morgan, Etowah, and
Let me look it up. Because it's going to bother me. Yes, it is a samurai. You're correct. Did I say samurai at first? I didn't want to be rude. Yes. Is a samurai Japanese? Oh yeah, it's Japanese. Okay. A Japanese samurai. Okay. I just didn't want to be rude. Yes, it reminds me of it reminds me of like a samurai mask, like that katana. I know katana is a sword, and like the size or those little blade things. That's what Melina uses. I love Mortal Kombat, if you can't tell.
Jefferson counties. Unlike its more famous brown-furred cousin, Bigfoot, the White Thing is distinguished by its brilliant, often stark white fur, making it a ghostly apparition against the dark backdrop of the southern forest. Eyewitness descriptions, while varied, paint a consistent and unsettling picture.
I love Japanese stuff. I want to go to Japan.
The
I want
creature
to see Mount Fiji.
to stand between 6 and 8 feet tall, but is covered
And
head to
cherry
toe in
blossoms.
long white hair. Many accounts describe it as having a build somewhere between a large ape and an unusually broad man with no neck.
Where's
Its
that?
most terrifying feature, however, are its piercing, glowing red
Hold on, let me go back.
just
I
on it-
apologize. Let me shut my stupid
monster
mouth.
story. So, step off the beaten path and get ready to discover the monsters in America's backyard. I'm Steve
ready.
Stockton. Let's walk and see. Now, deep within the dense woodlands and swampy hollows of Alabama lurks a creature of local legend known simply as the White Thing in local dialect. For nearly a century, tales of this enigmatic beast have haunted the rural communities of North and Central Alabama, particularly in the triangle formed by Morgan, Etowah, and Jefferson counties. Unlike its more famous brown-furred cousin, Bigfoot, the White Thing is distinguished by its brilliant, often stark white fur, making it a ghostly apparition against the dark backdrop of the southern forest. Eyewitness descriptions, while varied, paint a consistent and unsettling picture. The creature is said to stand between 6 and 8 feet tall, but is covered head to toe in long white hair. Many accounts describe it as having a build somewhere between a large ape and an unusually broad man with no neck. Its most terrifying feature, however, are its piercing, glowing red eyes and the blood-curdling screams it emits. A sound often likened to the shriek of a woman or the cry of a panther. A powerful, foul stench, similar to that of a wet dog, a skunk, or decaying flesh, is also said to signal its presence. The folklore surrounding
That's kind of, it's like a swamp ape. It's the same thing. Because those have like the same, it's kind of like that. It's probably the same, I don't know.
the White Thing dates back to the early 20th century. One of the most concentrated areas of sightings is a stretch of land known as Happy Valley near Decatur, Alabama, where numerous residents reported encounters throughout the 1930s and 1940s. Witnesses claim to have seen it peering into windows, crossing roads late at night, and leaving behind large, unidentifiable tracks. The creature is typically shy and elusive, preferring to observe from a distance, but its sheer size and terrifying scream are enough to instill lasting fear. Now, skeptics offer several plausible explanations for the phenomenon. The most common theory is the misidentification of a known animal, most likely a large albino or pale-colored black bear.
Skunk ape. Thank you. I'm sorry. Swamp apes. Skunk ape. Thank you. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me, Shwilly. Yes, a skunk ape. Yeah, is that what he's pretty much describing? Although I don't remember what skunk apes look like, to be honest. What do they... I can't remember. I don't remember. What is it? 6 to 8 feet is such a wide range. Yeah, like, I'm 5'1", so that's way bigger than me. So this thing's already way bigger than me, so it's already scary to me because it's way bigger than I am. Skunk. I'm gonna make YouTube the next few days. Oh, hello. Hell yeah. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Can you imagine... Okay, if you were walking in the forest, right, and you... What the hell would you do if you saw this? I'd probably just stare at it. Because I don't think I would know what to do. I think I'd be too afraid to move, you know? Because at first of all, you're like, am I really seeing this? Second of all, is this thing going to kill me?
Which are native to the region. Bears can stand on their hind legs, are
pretty
immensely
much
powerful, and can certainly emit
Yeah,
frightening
it is
sounds.
pretty much an albino
Other
Sasquatch,
suggestions
you're
include
right.
large dogs, deer
White
seen
hair,
in poor
red
lighting,
eyes, yeah.
or simply local hoaxes designed to frighten neighbors. Despite these rational explanations, the legend of the White Thing endures. It represents a classic piece of Southern Gothic folklore, a monster born from the dark, mysterious woods that border civilization. Whether it's an undiscovered primate, a supernatural entity, or a figment of collective imagination, the White Thing remains a chilling reminder that some things in the Alabama night are best left undisturbed. Now, in the vast and unforgiving wilderness of central Arizona, where the dense ponderosa pine forests abruptly give way to sheer cliffs, stalks a creature of terrifying local legend, the Mogollon Monster. Named for the rugged escarpment that's said to inhabit the Mogollon Rim, this cryptid is Arizona's own formidable version of Bigfoot, but with a reputation for being far more aggressive and menacing. Standing over 7 feet tall, the Mogollon Monster is described as a massive bipedal hominid, covered in long matted hair, which ranges in color from dark brown to reddish black. Its most unnerving features are its deep-set, glowing red eyes and a profoundly unsettling human-like face. Unlike many Sasquatch encounters that describe a shy, reclusive animal, reports of the Mogollon Monster often involve displays of extreme territorial aggression. Witnesses, typically hikers and campers, claim it throws rocks, clubs the ground with large sticks, and lets out bone-chilling screams that echo through the canyons, a sound described as a cross between a woman's shriek and an elk's bugle. A foul, overpowering stench, like that of dead fish or skunk, is also said to accompany its presence. While stories of a wild man in Arizona's high country have circulated since pioneer days, the most famous account dates to the 1940s. A prospector named Don Davis reported being stalked for days by a huge hairy beast while camping along the rim. He claimed the creature peered at him from the brush with vacant, inhuman eyes and mimicked his movements, creating a harrowing psychological ordeal. This account, published in local newspapers, cemented the Mogollon Monster's place in southwestern folklore. Now, skeptics propose that sightings are likely misidentifications of the region's native fauna. Arizona is home to a healthy black bear population, and a large bear standing on its hind legs can appear shockingly human-like. Unearthly screams could easily be attributed to mountain lions, whose calls are notoriously eerie. The vast, rugged terrain of the Mogollon Rim, with its countless caves and canyons, also makes it an ideal landscape for legends of hidden creatures to flourish, providing ample cover for any animal or hermit wishing to remain unseen.
Ew.
Whether a misidentified bear, a surviving Gigantopithecus, or a phantom of the wilderness, the Mogollon Monster remains a potent symbol of the untamed American Southwest. For those who venture into the deep forests along the rim, the legend serves as a stark reminder that the wilderness keeps its own secrets, some of which may be large, hairy, and very hostile. Now, in the murky swamplands and moss-draped cypress groves of southern Arkansas lurks one of America's most famous regional cryptids, the Folk Monster. This creature is inextricably linked to the small town of Folk and the labyrinthine waterways of Boggy Creek. While stories of a wild man in the area circulated for decades, the beast clawed its way into the national spotlight during a series of intense encounters in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Folk Monster is typically described as a large bipedal hominid, standing around 7 feet tall and covered in thick, dark brown or black hair. Its chest is said to be massive and broad, and it moves with a peculiar loping gait, swinging its arms as it runs. But its most defining characteristics, its glowing red eyes, and most notably, its tracks. Unlike the five-toed footprints associated with Bigfoot, the Folk Monster is said to leave behind enormous three-toed tracks, a biological anomaly that deepens its mystery. A powerful rancid odor, often compared to a skunk or wet dog, is also reported to hang in the air during an encounter. The legend was forever cemented in.
So it sounds like it's like a. Is it like a? I don't know, like a hybrid, or like maybe it's like an inbred type of like Bigfoot. I don't know. Why the hell does it have 3 toes if the other ones have 5? That doesn't even make sense.
1971, with the terrifying experience of the Ford family. Late one night, the creature allegedly attacked their rural home, reaching through a window and clawing at Bobby Ford, who, along with his brother Don, fought it off with gunfire. The monster retreated, but the encounter left behind physical evidence, including scratches on the house and the infamous 3-toed tracks, which were investigated by local law enforcement. This event became the dramatic centerpiece of the story that would soon captivate the nation. In 1972, the folk monster became a drive-in movie star with the release of Charles B. Pierce's docudrama, The Legend of Boggy Creek. The film blended dramatic reenactments with interviews of actual folk residents who claimed to have seen the creature. Its eerie, atmospheric portrayal of the Arkansas swamps and the unsettling testimonials of local witnesses transformed the monster from a regional tale into a piece of American folklore, inspiring a generation of monster hunters.
Yeti. Well,
Skeptics argued that the folk monster...
Because people call it, they could call it a Yeti, they could call it a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot. What is the proper name for it? What do you call it, a humanid?
Monster is a classic case of misidentification, likely a large black bear, which are native to Arkansas and can walk on their hind legs, especially when startled. The 3-toed tracks are often explained as either a hoax or the result of a normal animal track where 2 toes merged in the soft mud. Regardless of its true nature, the folk monster remains a quintessential southern legend, a swamp stomper whose story is as thick and murky as the Boggy Creek bottomlands it calls home. Along the rugged, windswept ridges of California's Santa Lucia Mountains, a different kind of legend casts its shadow. Now, these are not tales of a monstrous beast, but of the Dark Watchers, or Los Vigilantes Oscuros, as they were named by the early Spanish settlers.
Oh,
For centuries, these silent, featureless humanoid figures have been seen standing against the skyline, their presence more spectral than physical. An encounter with the Dark Watchers is a uniquely unnerving experience. They appear most often at twilight and dawn, perceived as unnaturally tall silhouettes of men, sometimes described as wearing broad-brimmed hats and or flowing capes. They stand motionless on remote peaks and ridges, their attention seemingly fixed on the travelers below. They never speak or make a sound. The most consistent and unsettling aspect of the legend is their elusiveness. The moment an observer tries to approach or get a closer look, the figures inexplicably vanish. The lore of the Watchers is deeply woven into the region's history. Stories of mysterious, man-like spirits in the mountains existed in the folklore of the native Chumash people long before a European arrival. The legend was later adopted by Spanish vaqueros and ranchers. It gained widespread recognition when author John Steinbeck, who grew up hearing the tales in Salinas Valley, included them in his 1938 short story, Flight. He described them as the Dark Watchers who looked down from the mountains, noting that no one knew who the Watchers were nor where they lived. While paranormal enthusiasts speculate they're ghosts, interdimensional beings, or guardians of the mountains, scientists offer compelling natural explanations. The most widely accepted theory is the Brocken specter, an optical phenomenon common in mountainous areas. When the sun is behind an observer who's looking down into the mist or fog, their own shadow can be cast onto the clouds, appearing enormous, elongated, and sometimes surrounded by a halo of light, a glory. The shadow moves as the clouds drift and disappears instantly if the observer changes position, perfectly mimicking the behavior of a watcher. Another explanation is pareidolia, the psychological tendency to perceive familiar patterns, such as human figures, in ambiguous stimuli like rock formations or gnarled trees, especially in the deceptive light of dusk. Regardless of their origin, be it optical illusion, psychological trick, or ancient spirit, the Dark Watchers endure as a powerful personification of the sublime and eerie presence of the California wilderness. In the shadowy woods and lonely backroads of Prince George's County, Maryland, stalks one of America's most menacing urban legends, the Goat Man. This creature is not a shy, reclusive beast, but a chilling amalgam of man and beast, often described as a huge, hairy figure with the legs and horned head of a goat, but the torso of a man. Brandishing a bloody axe, he is said to haunt the areas around Bowie and Fletchertown, leaving a legacy of terror.
Wait a minute, why?
That peaked in the 1970s. The origin of the Goat Man is split between 2 popular narratives. The most widely circulated tale is a modern horror story centered on the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. According to this version, a scientist named Stephen Fletcher was conducting experiments on goats when a procedure went horribly wrong, fusing his DNA with that of his subject. Driven mad by the transformation, he escaped into the surrounding woods, fueled by primal rage. This scientific origin story anchors the legend in a real-world location, adding a layer of chilling plausibility for thrill seekers. An older, more folkloric version tells of a reclusive herder who lived in the woods with his beloved flock of goats. When teenagers killed his animals, the man's grief turned to madness, and he became a vengeful monster, preying on those who dared to trespass on his land. The goat man's notoriety exploded in the early 1970s. Local newspapers began reporting on sightings and a series of gruesome animal deaths, particularly dogs, that were attributed to the creature. Teenagers frequenting lovers' lanes in the area reported hearing strange guttural sounds, finding deep scratches on their cars, and seeing a monstrous figure emerge from the trees, sometimes attacking their vehicles with an axe. Locations like Governor's Bridge Road became infamous, with the Goat Man's Bridge serving as the focal point of the legend. Despite a complete lack of credible evidence, there is no record of a Dr. Fletcher at the research center, and the animal deaths were likely the work of wild dogs or a train. The story of the Goat Man has shown remarkable staying power. Folklorists see him as a distinctly American monster, blending the ancient archetype of the satyr with a modern fear of science gone awry. He is a cautionary tale, a boogeyman created to keep people off dark roads at night. Whether a genetic experiment or a campfire story, the Goat Man of Maryland remains a terrifying fixture in the landscape of American urban legends. Now, while most American cryptids lurk in remote forests and murky swamps, Detroit, Michigan is haunted by a malevolent entity of a different sort, the Nain Rouge, or Red Dwarf. For over 300 years, this creature has been regarded not as a physical beast to be hunted.
Hey, it's Rax. It's his brother.
But as a sinister harbinger of doom, its appearance foretelling disaster for the city and its residents. The Nain Rouge is described as a small, childlike humanoid with reddish or black fur, blazing red eyes, and a cruel, rotting-toothed grin. It's an imp, a goblin whose very presence is a curse. The legend is woven into the fabric of Detroit's founding. In 1701, the city's founder, Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac, was allegedly confronted by the creature. Despite a fortune-teller's warning to appease the imp, Cadillac struck the Nain Rouge with his cane and drove it away. According to the tale, this act of disrespect brought a curse upon Cadillac, who soon lost his fortune and died in obscurity, and upon the city he had just established. Ever since, the Nain Rouge has been spotted just before the city's greatest calamities. It was reportedly seen dancing on the banks of the Detroit River before the disastrous Battle of Bloody Run in 1763.
Oh my God.
It was witnessed scampering through the smoldering ruins of the Great Fire of 1805, which leveled the city. Sightings were also reported before General William Hull's humiliating surrender of Detroit during the War of 1812, before the destructive 12th Street riot in 1967, and even before a massive ice storm paralyzed the region in 1976. The pattern, it's always the same. A fleeting glimpse of a small red-eyed figure followed.
Okay, so is this thing like Pennywise? Because it sounds just like the plot for that. Because it just reminds me of It. Because remember how in, like, I don't know if you guys watched It, if you did, but, like, it's the same concept. Because it would come back, what was it, every 27 years or 37 years or something like that? Whatever. And something tragic would always happen, like, in the town. Like, every so many years, something bad would happen, you know? So it's like, this thing is it like that? Like, I don't know.
By misfortune. In recent years,
I don't know.
Detroiters have decided to fight back. The legend has been transformed into a unique cultural event, the March du Nain Rouge. Every spring, thousands of residents parade through the city in festive costumes, celebrating Detroit's resilience and symbolically chasing the Red Dwarf out of town. This parade turns a dark legend into an affirmation of civic pride and a defiant gesture against the forces of blight and despair that the creature represents. Whether a genuine supernatural entity or simply a folkloric scapegoat for a city that has endured more than its share of hardship, the Nain Rouge is one of America's most unique and enduring legends, an urban demon whose story is inseparable from the soul of Detroit itself.
Was it? I don't remember. No. Or was it 80? Or was it? I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. Does anybody remember how many years or whatever it was in It? I can't remember.
Now, in the pantheon of American cryptids, few are as bizarre as the Loveland frogmen. These creatures are not towering ape-like beasts or shadowy phantoms, but 3 to 4 foot tall bipedal frogs, said to inhabit the banks of the Little Miami River near the small town of Loveland, Ohio. The legend is built upon a handful of specific and well-documented encounters that have cemented the frogmen as a classic of weird folklore. The first major sighting occurred in May 1955 when a businessman was driving late at night. He reported seeing 3 strange figures huddled by the roadside. He described them as small humanoids with leathery skin and distinctly frog-like faces. The man watched them for several minutes until one of the creatures allegedly held up a metal wand that shot a shower of sparks, spooking the driver into speeding away. This strange technological detail set the frogmen apart from your typical monster sightings. The legend, however, truly took hold in March 1972, thanks to two
I want to go there. What was that, Loveland, Ohio? The fucking frogmen? I want to see frogmen.
separate police encounters.
That
Around
sounds
1 a.m. on March
amazing.
3rd, Officer Ray Shockey was driving on Riverside Drive when he saw a creature crouched in the middle of the road. Illuminated by his headlights, he described it as being about 4 feet tall, weighing 50 to 75 pounds, with leathery skin and the face of a frog. Before he could react further, the creature stood up and scrambled over the guardrail, disappearing down the embankment toward the river. Just 2 weeks later, Officer Mark Matthews had his own encounter in the same area. He
Yeah.
initially spotted what he thought was a piece of trash or a dead animal in the road. When he got out of his car to remove it, the creature rose into a
He has
crouch.
a wand. I know
Startled,
him.
Matthews drew his service revolver and fired a shot as the
him.
frog-like
He's a
figure scurried
magic-
over the guard.
Look at him. He's a magical freak. Okay, you can't tell me you wouldn't want to hang out with him. It's a giant frog with a freaking wand. Are you kidding me? Yes, please. Like, I want that.
Rail to safety. He later returned with Officer Shockey and found distinct skate
Right?
marks where the creature
that's
had gone over the rail.
How's that scary? I want to do this. Like, I want to hang out with the frogman with his little wizard. I'd get him a little wizard hat, too. I would, too. Like, here, have your little hat. Imagine a little wizard hat on him.
Years later, Matthews would offer a more skeptical perspective, suggesting
Oh
what he
my
saw
God.
might have been a large pet iguana that had lost
The
its tail,
frogmen move in.
though his initial report remains the cornerstone of the legend. Skeptics point to misidentification, a
That would
large
be
bullfrog,
amazing.
a heron, or a tailless lizard as the likely source of the sightings. Yet, the story of the Loveland Frogmen has hopped into local culture, inspiring everything from a musical to local festivals. Whether an unknown amphibious species or a simple mistake on a dark
Get
road,
him a little robe.
these bizarre creatures hold a quirky but permanent place in American cryptozoology. In the oppressive summer heat of 1988,
Oh my god.
the sleepy little town of Bishopville, South Carolina, became the epicenter of a media frenzy centered on a terrifying creature known locally as the Lizard Man of Scape Swamp. Unlike ancient folklore, this legend was born from a single harrowing encounter that sparked a wave of sightings and a
You're not blocked, Diane. I don't know. Do I? Probably not. No, because it's not about him, so he don't give a shit.
full-blown monster hunt. The phenomenon began around 2 a.m. on June 29, 1988, when 17-year-old Christopher Davis was driving home from work. After a tire blew out on a remote road bordering Scape Swamp, he stopped to change it. As he finished, he heard a thumping noise and saw a horrifying creature emerge from the trees. According to Davis, it was a 7-foot
This thing literally looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
tall bipedal reptile with green scaly skin, 3 clawed
Oh my
fingers
God,
on
it
each
is.
hand, and glowing red eyes. The creature charged at him, and Davis scrambled into his
Why?
car and sped away. In his rearview mirror, he saw the beast running at incredible speed, eventually
No.
leaping onto the roof of his car.
I'm gonna do a freaking High Times episode with the freaking frogmen with their little freaking wands.
He swerved violently until the creature was thrown off.
What I want.
Now, when Davis reported the incident to the Lee County Sheriff's Office, his genuine terror and the physical
The
evidence on his
lizard
car
man.
convinced deputies to take him seriously. The vehicle had deep scratches and claw marks on its roof, and a side view mirror was badly damaged. The story was picked up by the local press and quickly went national, igniting lizard man fever. In the weeks that followed, numerous other sightings were reported. Locals claimed to have seen a similar reptilian creature crossing roads or lurking near the swamp. The most compelling evidence came in the form of large, 3-toed footprints found in the muddy swampland. Plaster casts were made, becoming iconic artifacts of the
I don't
scare.
mind lizard. You know what?
Sheriff Liston Truesdale and his deputies
To be honest, the Lizard King, wasn't that John Morrison? Or not John Morrison, excuse me. Wasn't that Jim Morrison? Wasn't Jim Morrison the Lizard King? Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of messing with the Lizard Man. I'm feeling. He's pretty cool. He's pretty chill. I like him and the frog.
were inundated with reports investigating tracks and fielding calls from monster hunters who descended on the small town. Skeptics were quick to offer explanations. Many believe Davis saw a large black bear, which could have been responsible for the car's damage and can leave unusual-looking tracks.
No. I was thinking of John Morrison. He's a wrestler. He was Johnny Nitro, but then he became Jim Morrison. Oh my god. Anyways, I thought he was hot. Anyway, I meant to say Jim Morrison, the Lizard King. But anyways, excuse me.
Subsequent sightings are often attributed to a mix of mass hysteria and some delivered hoaxes. One local man later admitted to faking some of the tracks. Regardless of its origin, beast, bear, or collective delusion, The Lizard Man of Skateboard Swamp is a textbook example of a modern monster legend, a terrifying figure that clawed its way out of the swamp and into American folklore. In the rich tapestry of West Virginia folklore, which is famously dominated by the Mothman of Point Pleasant, a lesser-known but arguably stranger entity haunts the town of Grafton. Known as the Grafton Monster, this creature is not defined by wings or glowing eyes, but by a chilling and physically impossible characteristic. It appears to have no head. The legend was born during a few weeks in the summer of 1964. The foundational sighting occurred on the night of June 16th, when Robert Cockrell, a young reporter for the Grafton Sentinel, was driving home along the Tygart Valley River. As he rounded a curve, his headlights illuminated a massive figure standing in the middle of the road. Cockrell described a creature that was 7 to 9 feet tall with a bulky, muscular build. Its most shocking feature were its pale off-white skin, which appeared slick and smooth like a seal's, and the complete absence of a visible head or neck. The top of its torso...
You know what this thing looks like? It looks... You know what it looks like? It looks like a giant mole rat. Am I wrong? It looks just like a giant naked mole rat. Like, it looks like... That's what it looks like to me.
Simply rounded off where a head should be. Stunned, Cockrell swerved to avoid the creature. As he passed, it turned slowly and shuffled into the woods, never making a sound. He reported his encounter in the newspaper, and the story of the Grafton Monster immediately captured the local imagination. In the following days, others came forward with their own stories. A group of teenagers who went to the same spot hoping for a glimpse of the beast claimed they saw it lurking in the trees. They added another eerie detail to the lore, stating the monster emitted a low, mournful whistling sound that echoed through the woods. After this small flap of sightings, the creature seemingly vanished, leaving behind only its bizarre and terrifying legend. Numerous theories have emerged to explain the headless horror. Skeptics suggest a misidentified barn owl, whose bright white breast, tucked-in head, and habit of standing in roads could create a strange, headless silhouette in the dark, and whose hissing calls could be interpreted as a whistle.
See?
Others propose it was a bear with its head down foraging, or simply a person wearing a light-colored poncho. More esoteric theories link the Grafton Monster to the broader wave of high strangeness that swept through West Virginia in the 1960s, suggesting it was an alien or supernatural entity. Whatever its true identity, misidentified animal, local hoax, or otherworldly visitor, the Grafton Monster remains one of America's most peculiar cryptids. Its utterly alien anatomy ensures that this headless phantom continues to shuffle through the back pages of Appalachian monster lore.
It actually isn't. It is kind of cute, to be honest.
Now, in the rural heartland of Walworth County, Wisconsin, the ancient European myth of the werewolf found a modern American home. On a quiet country lane called Bray Road, near the town of Elkhorn, a series of chilling encounters in the late 1980s and early 1990s gave rise to the legend of a creature known as the Beast of Bray Road. Witnesses consistently describe a large, hairy, bipedal canine. Standing between 6 and 7 feet tall when on its hind legs, the creature is said to have the muscular torso of a man, but the head and legs of a wolf. Its features include coarse brown or grayish fur, a long snout, pointed ears, and piercing yellow or amber eyes that seem to glow in the dark. It's reportedly capable of switching between running on all fours and walking or standing upright, often seen hunched over roadkill or darting across the road in front of cars. While whispers of a local man-wolf had existed for decades, the phenomenon exploded into the public consciousness thanks to the work of journalist Linda S. Godfrey. In the early 1990s, while working for a local paper, she began investigating a string of bizarre reports that had been quietly filed with a local animal welfare officer. Her articles cataloged the experiences of credible, sober witnesses, from tavern managers to high school students, who all told remarkably similar stories of seeing a werewolf-like creature. The encounters were often brief but terrifying. One of the most famous accounts came from a young woman named Dorothy Gibson, who reported that on a foggy night in 1991, something heavy slammed into the back of her car on Bray Road. When she got home, she found deep, unidentifiable scratches on the trunk of her car. Others reported seeing the creature kneeling by the roadside as if in prayer or watching them from the cornfields. Unlike many cryptid sightings, the Beast of Bray Road was not a fleeting glimpse, but often a direct, frightening confrontation. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the beast. Skeptics suggest misidentification of a large dog, a common black bear afflicted with mange, which can make an animal look disturbingly unnatural, or perhaps even a local hermit playing a prank. Believers, however, point to the consistency of the sightings. Some connect the creature to Native American legends of the Shunka Warakin, a hyena-like canine, while others believe it to be a genuine, undiscovered biological entity or something even more supernatural. Whatever its true identity, the Beast of Bray Road has become a classic of modern American folklore, a chilling case where an archetypical monster of the old world seemed to manifest in the cornfields of the new.
It's not a bear, it's a wolf.
Nestled high in the Sierra Nevada mountains on the border of California and Nevada lies Lake Tahoe, a body of water renowned for its stunning clarity and immense depths. But beneath its placid sapphire blue surface, legend holds that a mysterious creature resides. Affectionately known as Tahoe Tessie, this aquatic cryptid is often described as North America's answer to the Loch Ness Monster. Descriptions of Tessie are remarkably consistent with classic lake monster sightings worldwide. Witnesses typically report a massive serpentine creature, ranging from 10 to over 60 feet in length, with smooth dark skin of a grayish-black or even turquoise hue. It's said to have a series of humps that break the surface as it moves, propelling itself through the frigid water at surprising speeds. While the Tessie moniker is a 20th century invention, tales of a dangerous entity in the lake are much older. The native Washoe people have long-standing legends of water spirits and a monstrous bird-like creature called the Ong that lived in the deepest parts of the lake and would snatch people from their canoes. As settlers and tourists flocked to the region in the 19th and 20th centuries, these ancient stories evolved into sightings of a huge snake-like beast. The legend gained significant traction in the modern area, with numerous sightings reported by boaters, fishermen, and even large groups of people. The most famous tale associated with the creature, though likely apocryphal, involves the renowned oceanographer Jacques Cousteau. According to popular lore, Cousteau explored Lake Tahoe with a mini submarine in the 1970s. When he surfaced, he was allegedly pale and visibly shaken, refusing to release any footage or data from the deepest parts of the lake. He supposedly told people that, quote, the world isn't ready for what's down there, end quote, fueling speculation that he had a definitive encounter with Tessie. Skeptics offer more grounded explanations. Lake Tahoe's great depth and size make it easy to misidentify known phenomena.
There's colossal.
The most likely candidates for Tessie sightings include large migratory fish like giant lake trout, or even a rogue sturgeon, which are known for their prehistoric appearance. Other plausible theories include lines of swimming river otters, which can appear as a single undulating body from a distance, or unusual wind-driven wave patterns that create the illusion of humps moving across the water. Whether a surviving prehistoric reptile, a giant fish, or a trick of the light, Tahoe Tessie has become a beloved part of the region's culture, a symbol of the deep, cold mysteries hidden just beneath the surface of America's most famous alpine lake.
Yeah, Waxhead.
Now, in the deep glacial waters of Payette Lake, near the resort town of McCall, Idaho, swims a legendary creature known as Charlie. Like her more famous counterparts in Scotland and Lake Tahoe, Charlie is described as a massive serpentine beast, a classic lake monster that has captured the local imagination for over a century. Tales of a fearsome entity in the lake originated with the region's Native American tribes.
Welcome, Troll. It's okay if you're late. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, look at this thing. Damn, this thing looks like... Okay, this thing is... The other thing looked really cool. This thing looks like a legit dinosaur. Like this... Oh my god. Imagine swimming and seeing this fucking thing.
Who warned of an evil spirit in the water. As white settlers and loggers moved into the area, they began reporting their own sightings.
Since Chola just came in, let's do a blinker, everybody. Alright, I'm smoking White Willow. It's really good. Yeah, Tim Black, what's up? It does look like a screw. Oh, well, thank you, Michael Manning. I appreciate that. Yes, let's do... Cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Thank you. I don't know why I said that. Never mind. Whatever. Okay. Thank you. Ooh, wedding cake. I've never had wedding cake, I don't think. No lurking cryptids that I know. This thing is terrifying.
In 1920, a newspaper article detailed an encounter by loggers who saw a colossal creature creating a wake like a motorboat. However, the monster remained nameless until the 1950s, when a local newspaper contest officially christened her Charlie. The most significant sighting occurred in 1944, when a large group of people saw the creature up close from a boat. They described it as being over 30 feet long, with a dinosaur-like head, a distinct humped back, and smooth dark skin. It moved powerfully through the water, leaving a V-shaped wake before it submerged and vanished into the lake's depths, which reached nearly 400 feet. Over the years, numerous photos and videos of ambiguous shapes and wakes have surfaced, continuing to fuel the legend. Unlike more menacing cryptids, however, Charlie has been adopted as a beloved, if mysterious, local mascot, her image appearing on signs and in businesses around McCall. The leading theory among skeptics and many locals points to a very real and prehistoric-looking fish the white sturgeon. The nearby Snake and Salmon River systems are home to some of the largest.
Sturgeon are fucking huge. Like, they're huge. Like, they're really big. So I get, and yeah, they do look prehistoric. So I can understand why someone might see. Oh, like I get that. They're fucking weird looking fish.
Largest freshwater fish in North America, with sturgeon capable of growing to over 15 feet
Hi.
and weighing nearly 2,000 pounds. These bottom-dwelling giants are covered in bony plates or scutes that form distinct ridges along their backs, perfectly matching the hump description of Charlie. Now, it's highly plausible that a population of sturgeon became landlocked in Payette Lake thousands of years ago, or that a few massive individuals found their way into the lake system. A sturgeon breaking the surface would certainly look like a primeval monster to an unsuspecting boater. Other explanations include lines of swimming river otters, large submerged logs from the logging era being moved by currents, or unusual wave patterns. Whether a surviving prehistoric beast or a giant misidentified fish, Charlie the Payette Lake monster remains a cherished piece of Idaho folklore, embodying the wild mystery that lies beneath the surface of the state's pristine mountain lakes. In the humid, flood-prone lowlands of southern Illinois, known as the Tuttle Bottoms, a terrifying creature is said to lurk. Long before its famous cousin, the Big Muddy Monster, terrorized Murfreesboro, the Tuttle Bottoms monster established itself as a local legend near the town of Harrisburg. The creature is described as a massive bipedal hominid, but with one standout feature. Its fur is not brown or black, but a ghostly white or dingy gray. The legend coalesced during the summer of 1963. The primary encounter involved a group of young men who were out spotlighting, hunting for frogs, late one night in the swampy bottoms. As they swept the
swampy bottoms. What the hell? Look at it. It looks like, you know what it really looks like? It looks like a guy in a guillotine suit. Am I wrong? It just looks like somebody in like a guillotine suit trying to like hunt deer or something, like in the winter. Like they're just wearing all white. Like
lights across the water's edge, they froze in terror. Standing before them was a creature they estimated to be over 7 feet tall, covered in matted, whitish gray hair. It was far larger than any bear they'd ever seen. The men scrambled back to their vehicle and fled, returning later with reinforcements and firearms, but the creature was gone.
I will.
All they found were a set of large, vaguely human-like footprints pressed into the mud. Now, their story ignited a flurry of local interest and fear. Soon, other residents of Saline County came forward. Many reported hearing horrific, high-pitched screams emanating from the bottoms in the dead of night, screams that belonged to no known animal. Others claimed to have caught fleeting glimpses of a large, pale shape moving through the dense underbrush. Like many Bigfoot or Sasquatch-type creatures, the Tuttle Bottoms monster was associated with a deeply unpleasant, rank odor that would hang in the air after a sighting.
Ew.
Many cryptozoologists and folklorists believe the Tuttle Bottoms monster is directly related to the Big Muddy Monster, which gained national attention a decade later in 1973, just 50 miles away in Murfreesboro. The descriptions are nearly identical: a tall, pale-furred, foul-smelling hominid that screamed and left large tracks. It's likely that the 1963 Harrisburg sightings were an earlier, less publicized chapter of the same regional phenomenon. Skeptics point to the most plausible explanation, as always: a large albino or unusually colored black bear. A bear can stand on its hind legs, leave confounding tracks in soft mud, and can certainly be a frightening sight in a spotlight's beam. The screams could be attributed to a bobcat or a fox, whose calls are notoriously unsettling. Whether an undiscovered primate or a misidentified bear, the Tuttle Bottoms monster remains a chilling piece of Illinois folklore, a white thing of the swamp that haunts the dark history of the region.
Okay, before we continue, I found the Sasquatch Sierra sounds. What is it? Hold on. Let me... Ah!
This.
That's scary. I don't like that. Yeah, and what the hell? Is this thing like packing? Like, what's going on? Why is there like gunshots in the back? This thing's like going ape shit. Ew, I don't like it. Are they like are they communicating with these things? They're communicating. Yeah, it's freaking weird. In the early 1970s, Al Berry and his longtime friend Ron Moorhead went into the woods of the Sierra Nevada mountains in eastern California and collected a series of Bigfoot vocalizations called the Sierra Sounds. That's crazy. Hey, Overflow.
Like you're acting now.
So them sounding like they're talking like in Japanese, that's these things they're communicating with each other. So it's like just gibberish pretty much is what it's like. Not obvious, like you know what I mean. Like it's like an unknown language or something. It's like their language. That's weird. Huh.
That's our job. We know where we look for tracks of life for sure.
Oh my god, that's crazy. So these people are communicating with it. That's insane. So it makes you the Whitakers. Oh, I know all about the Whitaker. Listen, ever heard of the Texas Birdman? It was on a water tower surrounded by crows, and when the person noticed it, it flew in front of the truck. Then, like, mimicked them by having red shoes. Oh my god, no, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up. What is that called? Texas Birdman. Thank you for sharing that. That was scary. That was actually really interesting, though, hearing them communicate like that. But that was also terrifying. If I heard that in the woods, I would run away. What was it called? The Texas Birdman? Oh no, I accidentally closed up. Whatever, it's fine. We'll go back to it. Oh my god. I don't see it. I'll have to look into that. I'm definitely going to have to Google that. Okay. You guys can see my screen. Oh no, here we go. What is this? Oh, forgotten historical true crime case. Oh, I saved that for myself. I'm sorry. Whoops. There we go. Although that does sound interesting.
In the dense, remote forests of
Oh
down
my
East
god.
Maine, within a body of water bearing the wonderfully folkloric name Poco Moonshine Lake, lives the legend of a classic American sea serpent. Unlike many modern cryptids, the story of the Poco Moonshine Lake monster is a tale deeply rooted in the 19th century, a time when the line between the known natural world and fantastic beasts was still thrillingly blurred. The legend is anchored by a well-documented and widely publicized event from July of 1882.
No.
Two respected local men.
I hate when she dies. That makes me so sad. Fine. This thing looks pretty friendly, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty harmless. Like, it doesn't... It looks like it eats plants.
Sawmill owner L.B. Dinsmore and a friend were paddling a canoe on the lake when they witnessed something extraordinary. They described a creature with a head as large as a common water pail, attached to a slender neck about 10 feet long and the size of a man's arm. The head itself was said to resemble that of a large sea turtle. The creature swam with purpose, heading directly for their canoe.
Oh my god, it's a giant turtle. I honestly wouldn't be mad about that either.
Gripped by terror, the two men paddled for their lives, reaching the shore just as the mysterious animals
Yeah, but to be fair, this thing is like a giant turtle. Like, I live.
submerged and vanished. Dinsmore's account, published in regional newspapers like the Machias Union and even reaching the New York Sun, created a local sensation. His credible reputation prompted other residents to come forward with their own stories,
Oh god.
some of which predated his encounter. These accounts corroborated the description of a long-necked animal, though some likened its head to that of a horse or a camel. The local Passamaquoddy people also had ancient traditions of a great horned serpent, the Gittaskog, said to inhabit the region's lakes and rivers, suggesting a long history of belief in powerful aquatic beings in the area. The most compelling and widely accepted explanation for the Poco moonshine monster is the misidentification of a large animal native to the Maine woods, the moose. A bull moose swimming across a lake is a surprise.
I'm obsessed with moose. I fucking love them. I don't know. I know they're like dangerous and they're mean. I don't care. I love them.
Visually deceptive sight. With its massive body submerged, only its head, long neck, and the top of its back and rump are visible, often appearing as a series of distinct humps. From a distance, its large horse-like head, held high
Oh my
above the
God.
water on a slender neck, is a near-perfect match for the creature described by the witnesses. An adult moose can...
Are you talking about, oh my gosh, the girl from, wasn't she from like Russia or Germany or something? I can't remember her name, but I know what you're talking about. Like, oh my, I think, I don't remember her doing, wait, where's Taffy? Annalise yes! Oh my god, I listened to those recordings. Those recordings are like Germany. Yeah, those, they're very disturbing. Very disturbing. It's The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I've seen clips of that. It's disturbing. Listen, I believe, I know some people may not, but I listen.
Moves surprisingly fast in the water, and its appearance could easily startle someone unfamiliar with the sight. Whether a genuine sea serpent, a trick of the light, or simply a majestic moose on a morning swim, the monster of Poco Moonshine Lake is a perfectly preserved piece of 19th century American folklore. A reminder of a time when mystery...
Now, I know a lot of people claim, like, it was said that didn't they say she actually had, like, a mental illness or something? The voices one to let. There's a bunch of, demons, I think, in there as well. Like, different, like, demons. That's crazy. And wasn't she speaking Latin? She didn't know Latin, right? That's the thing. Like, if she doesn't, like, I don't understand. How do you explain that? Like, how do you explain someone just speaking Latin? Like, I wouldn't know how to just start speaking Latin.
could still surface from the depths of a remote Maine lake. Soaring through the vast desert skies of Arizona, the thunderbird is a cryptid that blurs the line between ancient mythology and modern
Hey,
monster
Rex
science.
Slayer. No, you're okay.
Far more than just a large bird, It's a creature of immense size and power,
Oh my
a living
god.
embodiment of the storm.
Dude, this thing, it looks like, what are they called? Oh my god, I suck. I can't remember the dinosaurs. Yay! DB Mac came a new member. Yay! Everybody welcome him in. Welcome. You know what? We're going to take a blinker for that. So, cheers. Thank you. Welcome. That thing is terrifying. Could you imagine, like, you're in the desert and this pterodactyl. Yes, thank you. A pterodactyl. Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, oh my god. Like, Jesus. Yes, they are. They are mandatory. Look, it looks like a cat. Isn't it cute? Like, it has little ears. It's adorable, my little battery thing. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad. Welcome back. Hell yeah. I don't care. We're still giving you a blinker anyways, okay? Hell yeah. The plague masks? Oh, yeah. The doctor's masks? Well, they were long like that because they would put, like, you know, like rosemary and herbs inside of it from the stench of the death and shit from the plague, obviously. Plague doctors, yeah, those were scary. I don't like. I'm sorry, but if that came to my house, I'd be like, you know what? Never mind. That's terrifying.
Whose legend is deeply
I'd be like,
embedded
am I
in the
dead
history
already?
of the American West. The Thunderbird originates as a powerful.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the vibes of the, you know, plague doctors. I do. It's, I don't know. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe for sure. Like the Victorian era was interesting. Like, I'm not too much into medieval stuff. I mean, it interests me, but I really like the Victorian era and, like, I don't know. I love the 1920s, like mobsters like Al Capone, and oh my god, I'm obsessed with the mob. I love the mob. I want to go to the mob museum in Vegas so bad. They have a part of the wall from the St. Valentine's Day, you know what? And they have one of the, you know, Tommy guns that was used there. Oh my god, I want to go so bad.
Sacred figure in the lore of numerous Native American tribes. Now, in
Oh
these
my god.
traditions, it's not a mere animal, but a supernatural being that creates thunder with the beat of its colossal wings and shoots lightning from its eyes. It represents the immense power of the sky and weather, often depicted as a benevolent spirit, protecting humans from malevolent forces from the underworld or beneath the
Oh, I'm
water.
sorry. Here, cheers.
This mythological foundation gives the modern cryptid a cultural resonance that few others possess. The transition from myth to cryptozoology is largely thanks to one sensational, though likely legendary story from 1890. The legend, centered around Tombstone, Arizona, tells of two cowboys who shot and killed a gigantic pterodactyl-like bird with smooth skin and featherless wings. They allegedly.
You know what? I love history too, to be honest. Like, ooh, would you guys like if we talked about, like, unknown cults? That'd be interesting, I think. I'm into that shit too. I
Dragged
know.
the massive carcass into town and had it photographed, with its wingspan stretching the length.
I love the Old West too. I don't know why. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, Red Dead Redemption is my favorite game. Like, 2, I love to play online. But yeah, I just love it. I don't know what it is about the Old West. I just love the vibes. I don't know. And that game too, it's so beautiful. Oh my god.
Of a barn. The photo, allegedly published in the local newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph, showed several men standing underneath
John
one
Gotti.
wing. This
Well, that's okay. That's another thing about mobsters. Like, back then, compared to the little punk ass bitches now. Mobsters back then, like Al Capone, John Gotti, um, you know, Bugsy Siegel. I think he was one of them. You know, can we start a cult? Honestly, we could. You should see. You should see me man cave if that's what you're. A man cave? Yeah, I love it. Like, but no, like, mobsters, one, they dressed nice. They respected their mothers, and they actually, you know, did what they did. Punk ass bitches now, they wear their fucking pants to their ass, they use weapons, and they don't respect their moms, and they're ignorant little bitches. So we won't have to pay taxes. Start a church. Life with grandpa? Life with grandpa? Yeah, and that's the thing too. And they still cared about their community, and they were all about business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they were all about family too. Oh, I want to go. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. But that's awesome. I'm glad you got to experience that. Yeah, like, I just love the mob. Oh, Earl Grey Bandit. Was your grandpa in the mob? Like, seriously. What is it? What is it's like the number one crime family in New York. Don't tell me. Let me look it up. Oh, the Genovese crime family. The Genovese crime family. Well, like, it's like, like Pablo Escobar. I mean, he was like a, kingpin, drug lord. Yes, Genovese, yes. The Genovese crime family. No, it was Genovese crime family. I don't know. Like, I don't know why. It's just interesting to me. And you know what it's crazy too, I was thinking about today? It's crazy to me that we actually lived in a world where it was legal to own another person. Like, that is so crazy to me. I know, like, it still happens today. Unfortunately, it does. But it's so, like, the fact that, like, people could own another, like, that just, like, that boggles my mind. Like, really, think about that. Like, think about it. Hey, the Borgia Bull, what's up? How's Luna? I hope she's doing good. Like, seriously, though, like, I can't even imagine that. I know. Yes, Lou the King. Yeah, like, I get it was legal and it was that was what you did back, but still, like, the fact that somebody, like, thought that that was a good idea, and, like, I don't know, that just, and, like, but they were, like, abused and, like, taken off the planet. And hey, Dave Drucker. Um, yeah, like, it is so sad. That's insane. You know what? And that's true. Well, yeah, sex slaves, people that are human trafficked. That is so true. That is true. But now that's not legal. That's illegal, right? I'm talking about, that's awful. You know what? I would love to be on a task force that would go in and save people and children. You know what I mean? That would be amazing. Anyways, oh, you're welcome. But, like, no, I'm talking about, like, back then, like, it was actually legal. And, like, and then I was thinking too, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but the fact that during a time, the Holocaust, I don't know if you can say that on YouTube, but, that happened. And that was going on. That was actually happening. Like, people were dying every day and being tortured and experimented on for some sick bastard. And that's another crazy thing, that this one person was so powerful and so good with his words and so easy to manipulate and to, like, I don't know, to let all these people, well, I mean, some of them, of course, probably didn't want to, but they had to, because if they didn't, they would have been killed, right? But still, only selling yourself. Yes. Yeah, prostitution is legal. There's actually a brothel out in, is it called the Bunny Ranch? But yeah, there's a brothel, and then I don't remember if it's legal on the Strip, or if it's not. I can't remember. I don't remember. But there's an area in Vegas where it's legal, yeah.
Tombstone Thunderbird photograph has since become the holy grail of cryptozoology, but despite decades of searching, no copy has ever been found, and the original newspaper article remains missing. Skeptics argue that modern Thunderbird sightings are misidentifications of known large birds. The prime suspect is the California condor, a majestic bird with a wingspan of nearly 10 feet that was once native to Arizona. Seen against a vast, featureless sky, it can be easy to misjudge its size and distance. Other candidates include turkey vultures or even golden eagles. The more cryptozoologically minded suggest the creature could be a surviving population of Tetratornis, a giant prehistoric bird that lived during the Ice Age.
How? How did
Whether
it
a
survive?
sacred spirit, the subject of a lost photograph, or a misidentified condor, the Thunderbird continues to cast a colossal shadow over the imagination. It represents the enduring
Isn't there a car called a Thunderbird? Am I wrong?
mystery of the vast open skies of the American Southwest and the feeling that something ancient and powerful is still watching from above. In the folklore of
Oh my god, what the hell is this thing? This thing looks terrifying.
Maryland's Frederick County, few creatures are as wildly imaginative or terrifying as the snallygaster. This is not a
what's wrong,
simple
Earl Grey?
beast, but a grotesque chimera, a monster seemingly pieced together from a nightmare. Its legend, rooted in the superstitions of German immigrants, was later resurrected by sensationalist newspapers to create one of America's most vivid monster paintings. The snallygaster's name is a corruption of the German Schneller, Geist, meaning quick spirit. The original tales, brought to the Middletown Valley in the 18th century, described a half-reptile,
You're
half-bird
not
demon
wrong.
that would
You're not
swoop
wrong.
silently from the sky to snatch children and livestock.
Oh my god.
Over time, the description grew more elaborate. The creature was said to be a dragon-like beast with a metallic beak full of razor teeth.
One thing I like to say in German is Auf Wiedersehen. Love it.
Teeth, a single eye in its forehead, and sometimes octopus-like tentacles. It was known for its blood-curdling screech, often compared to a locomotive whistle, and was said to
Ugh.
drain the blood of its victims. For generations, the snallygaster was little more than a local boogeyman used to frighten
Snallygaster?
misbehaving children. However, that changed dramatically in February and March of 1909. In what was likely a newspaper circulation war, local editors began running a series of shocking first-person accounts of the creature. These articles claimed the snallygaster had returned, describing harrowing encounters where it chased men and was seen flying over the hills. The stories became increasingly bizarre, with one report claiming the creature had laid an egg the size of a barrel. The tale grew so large that one article even suggested President Theodore Roosevelt was considering canceling a trip to hunt the beast himself. The 1909 snallygaster scare ended abruptly and as fantastically as it began. A final story, likely intended to put the hoax to rest, claimed the creature met its end after flying over a moonshiner's still. Overcome by the potent alcohol fumes, it supposedly passed out, fell into a vat of boiling mash, and was
Jabberwocky?
pickled to death by the revenue agents who found it. A prime example of how folklore can be magnified by media, the snallygaster remains a beloved Maryland legend.
Whoa, wait, what? Ooh, okay, fun fact. The snallygaster. It kind of looks like a Jabberwocky, with tendrils coming out of its mouth, and it was used to scare slaves to keep them from running off. Oh my god.
It's a terrifying amalgam of old world superstition and new world yellow journalism, a creature whose bizarre story has long outlived its supposed demise in a moonshiner's vat.
Oh,
While
thank
the
you,
Thunderbird
exiled.
is often associated with the desert skies of the Southwest, the dense forest and rolling mountains of Pennsylvania have their own rich and persistent tradition of giant, mysterious flying creatures.
Oh my
For over
god.
a century, the skies of the Keystone State have been the backdrop for sightings of impossibly large birds, creating a distinct chapter.
But no, seriously. Am I wrong? Like, that's crazy to think about. Like, thinking about some of the shit that, like all the serial Ks that have existed or and that are still alive today, like that just blows my mind. Like what? I just don't understand what inside you just makes you go like I'm gonna do this. Like Ted Bundy, for example. I don't know what it is. Of course, all serial killers are bad, but there's something about Ted Bundy specifically that I just fucking loathe. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him that I just can't I just can't stand. First of all, I don't understand why everyone's like, he was so handsome. Are you kidding me? He looks like a psycho. Look at those fucking eyes. Like, seriously. Hey, Helena. But you know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's insane.
In American cryptid
Ew,
lore,
this thing's ugly.
the tales date back to the 19th century, when local newspapers would occasionally print sensational accounts of flying dragons or pterodactyl-like beasts seen by farmers and woodsmen.
Bye, Taffy.
These historical reports describe monstrous, leathery winged creatures, blurring the line between a giant bird and a surviving prehistoric reptile.
No. I think it's like, I mean, obviously that's horrible. And there's obviously probably more victims that, of course, don't even, get to have like a final. You know what I'm saying? Like their family never got clarity or anything. That pisses me off. It's not even like, yeah, that's awful. But there's just something about, I think it's like his smugness and his like, I don't know, like just his, I don't know, the way that he just doesn't appreciate human life. I don't know. It just, him specifically, it's just, I don't know, like all of them, but all of them are like, it's just so crazy to me that they just did that and they just kept doing it and doing it. And it's just, how, as you didn't have to defend yourself. It wasn't a moment of, life or death. None of that. You just chose to go do it. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer, like he chose to eat his victims, some of them. What the fuck? Like, I just don't understand.
This theme of a prehistoric survivor would echo into modern sightings. Now, the 20th century saw numerous reports, but the legend gained significant traction in the
Bye,
1960s
Exiled. I'm
and
sorry.
70s, particularly in the
Oh,
state's
sorry,
rural
Taffy.
northern tier.
Bye, Exiled.
Residents reported
Have a
seeing
good
birds
night.
as large as a small airplane soaring over the heavily forested landscape.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. Mm-hmm. So was John Wayne Gacy. He was too. Secretly, obviously. Well, Jeffrey Dahmer was not really. He ended up going to, anyways. But John Wayne Gacy was, but secretly. Yeah.
However, one of the most compelling and well-documented cases occurred much more recently, in the summer of 2001 near South Greensburg. Over several weeks, multiple witnesses reported seeing a massive dark bird circling the area. One witness, a licensed pilot, observed the creature for 15 minutes and dismissed the idea that it was a known bird or an ultralight aircraft. He estimated its wingspan to be at least 15 feet.
Yeah, they were both gay. There's another serial K that's actually buried not too far. Actually, he's buried, I think, in Cuyahoga Falls, Akron
It described
area.
its flight as very unbirdlike,
he was gay as
noting
well.
that it didn't appear to flap its wings.
He was, oh god, his crimes were just, they're all terrible, but Jesus Christ.
Skeptics offer several rational explanations for these sightings. The most common is the misidentification of large native birds. A great blue.
I was wondering if Loki, I asked him earlier, I'm like, are you going to make an appearance on the stream? Brant. There he is. Loki. You making his, oh, hold on. You can see him. There. There he is. There's the boy. Yeah, there's the baby. Okay. Loki. Hannibal Lecter was based on a real doctor named Salazar, I think. The author interviewed him. Oh, really? I did not know that. Well, no, the killing. Oops, sorry. The you know whats didn't happen there. The murders didn't happen there. I'm probably gonna have to, whatever. You know what I'm talking. You know what I mean. They didn't happen in Akron, Ohio. I can't remember where they happened. It might have been Chicago. I don't remember, but hold on, let me look it up. He came and sat on me, actually, surely. No, seriously, he'll come and just sit on me.
Heron, with its 6-foot wingspan,
just like he did.
long neck, and prehistoric appearance in flight, is a frequent suspect.
Okay, Prince.
Bald eagles, which have made a dramatic comeback in Pennsylvania, can also appear deceptively large against an open sky, leading to an overestimation of size.
Scary.
The power of suggestion and the amplification of stories in smaller rural communities also play a significant role. Believers, however, maintain that the consistency and sheer scale described in the most credible reports cannot be dismissed so easily. They suggest the possibility of a relic population of a large Pleistocene bird of prey, like a tetratornis, that has somehow survived in the vast remote wilderness of the Appalachian Mountains. Whether a misidentified heron, a folk memory, or a genuine relic from a bygone era, the Pennsylvania thunderbird remains a potent symbol of the wilderness that still exists in the state's deep woods and endless mountains, a reminder that it's always wise to keep one eye on the sky. Now, the Wolf Woman of Mobile, Alabama, is a prime example of a modern American monster flap.
I got it.
A brief, intense period of sightings and panic that leaves a lasting...
Print. That's different. Oh, okay. The Wolf Woman. Okay, we got a woman this time. That's interesting. Oh my god, this is terrible. Imagine you're like, I don't know, a kid in your home with your friend, or no, you're home alone. Your parents are out at a party, right? And you're up here in this window, and you're playing video games, and you just see this, and you hear noise, and you look out the window, and you see this fucking thing. What the hell would you even... I don't even know what I would be thinking if I saw this. First of all, why does it look like she has a shirt on? Or a robe? It's like she's in mid-transformation. Look, there's a full moon.
Mark on a community's folklore. For a few frantic weeks in the spring of 1971, this bizarre creature terrorized the Crichton and Toulminville neighborhood.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Cecil? Oh, the Cecil Hotel? Make sure... Wait, what? No, Loki ignored him. Loki was always with me because he's like, I know this dumbass is no good. Wolf. Sarah Coolbox. Hi, Rebel Bama boy. Oh yeah, American. It was based on the Cecil, yeah, but yeah, the Cortez was. Anyways. Okay. His name is Robert Bordella. He was known as the Kansas City Butcher and the Collector. He was convicted of you-know-whatting at least 6 men in Missouri between 1984 and 1987. He died in prison in October 1992 while serving a life sentence. His remains were returned to his hometown, and he was buried in Oakwood Cemetery, which is in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, which is not too far from Akron, which is not too far from me. Also, apparently, H.H. Holmes is buried in PA as well. You guys know you have to know who H.H. Holmes is. Which wasn't even his real fucking name. He's such a dumbass.
Of Mobile, Alabama, sparking a citywide scare.
Bye,
Unlike a typical Bigfoot or werewolf, the Wolf Woman was described as a strange and unsettling hybrid. Eyewitnesses claimed to see a creature that had the upper body of a beautiful woman, but the lower body of a wolf or a large, shaggy dog. She was most often seen at night, sometimes running on all fours with incredible speed, other times peering into the windows of homes and businesses before vanishing into the darkness.
Oh, unalive, yes, thank you.
The hysteria ignited in March 1971.
Listen,
I'm
really high. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. I still got my other one, too. We'll smoke on this one, too. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? listen, I'm not good. I think it's stupid you have to use lingo. It's like, we're all fucking adults here. Like, why do I have to censor myself? It's a thing that happens in life. I'm sorry. It's awful. It's shit. It shouldn't happen. But it's like, why do we have to censor ourselves? I don't understand. Like, they say it on the news. Why do I have
Widely
to say it?
reported sighting came from a group of women attending a function at a local convent who claimed to see a hairy, stooped figure staring at them through a window. The story spread like wildfire.
Are you talking about Supernatural? Wait, this was an episode? I missed this one. Sam and Dean kill X-trapped H.H. Holmes in his own torture dungeon. You know what? There's a video game that actually, like, it was a person that was, like, inspired by H.H. Holmes, and he kind of, like, he had, like, a mask that he wore. It was crazy. Hell yeah. The Black Dahlia. Yeah, the Black Dahlia is very interesting. Very interesting case.
Soon, the Mobile Police Department was inundated with dozens of calls each night reporting encounters with a hairy, wild woman. The media attention fueled the panic, and armed residents began forming posses to patrol the streets, determined to catch or kill the creature.
Elizabeth Short.
Several theories emerged to explain the phenomenon. The most tragic and folkloric explanation connects the sightings to a local legend of a dog boy.
Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper. A lot of people said H.H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper, but the timeline doesn't match up. Honestly, I believe Jack the Ripper. You want to know what my theory is on who Jack the Ripper was? Honestly, I believe Jack the Ripper was a well-respected doctor in the community, and I believe... You know what I honestly believe? I believe that he also did, like, you know, unaliving of babies, which I don't think you were supposed to do at the time. I think he did that, especially for, like, you know, sex workers of the time. And I think something may have happened to one of those sex workers, like maybe a botched thing happened. And I think maybe one of the workers was maybe going to tell on him. And he was like, no, this is my reputation. I can't let this happen. No. Because they said that whoever did it had to know, like, some type of medical surgical practice. So that's my opinion. I think it was a respected doctor who did that on the side, you know, for some extra cash. Wink, wink. Even though he was prominent in society, but he didn't want his secret to get out and probably lose his license, right? That's my opinion. That's my theory on it. It makes sense to me because, like, he targeted a bunch of workers. Like, so I don't know. Mr. Autism. Movie from Hell did good telling. Jack. The Naughty Inner Studio. I never heard that movie. I'll have to check that out. That has shown women topless in these. Yeah, I know. And there's freaking broadcasts on here that are like from corn stars, and they talk about disgusting shit. Like, I don't understand. What? And they get sponsorships. Why was he so brutal? Wouldn't he just go for the jugular? Well, I mean, to be fair, if they were going to ruin his reputation, I mean, he started with one. Maybe he just felt he could have had, like, a rage in him. Like, he just lost control. He's like, oh, well, now they're all, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he was afraid that they were all going to expose him. And he's like, you know what? Got to get rid of him, send a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's possible. Oh, I know who that is. Wasn't he the one that, like, gave them, like, that medication or something? He was insane, too. Didn't he die? Yeah, as a doctor. That's my opinion. Yeah. No. What I mean is, so I think he was a doctor. He was prominent in society, right? He kept good face, right? You know, but I think he did, like, on the side secretly. I think he did, like, illegal, like, abortions. And I think maybe one of the patients, I think was, prostitute, was back alley. He was probably back alley doctor that performed that. Probably like, from like knife, stuff like that, like criminals. They probably came to him to fix. You know what I'm saying? So he probably did that on the side. And I think maybe one of the girls accidentally died during the procedure, and maybe one of the workers was going to expose him. He couldn't have that because his reputation, his license, everything would be taken from him. And I think maybe he just lost it, or maybe like he was trying to throw. Yeah, that's true, but I think there would be, why though? Like, I get that, but like, but he did it. But this, whoever this person was, knew medical, because the way that they did it, like, it was too perfect for just a normal person to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. He could have been a pervert, but he also could have just, A.K. Herman Mudgett. Yes, Herman Mudgett. Oh my God, do you guys know about Albert Fish? Oh my God. I think he's probably honestly, he's one of the worst ones. Yeah, Edmund Kemper. Yes. Wait. Was Ed Kemper the one that did something to his mom's head that you should not do? I mean, nobody should ever do, but that was your mom's head, and oh my God. Am I wrong? Yeah, Albert is Ed Gein. Ed Gein was pretty fucked up too. Creeps you out? Creeps me out? Who? Lawrence Bittaker. I know some like UK and like stuff like Lawrence Bittaker. Why does that name sound familiar? Sorry guys, we'll get back to this. Apparently we need to talk about some serial Ks. What is his name? Oh, wasn't he part of the Ripper crew? Was it the Chicago Ripper crew? Oh no, the Toolbox Killer. The Toolbox Killer. Yes. Oh God. That's right. It was in the van, isn't that correct? And they made it. Oh my God. Toolbox Killers. Yes, the Toolbox Killers. Yes. I'm thinking there's also the Chicago Ripper crew was brutal as well and awful. That was another awful. So was the guy that a lot of people believe that was responsible for Adam Walsh. I can't remember his name, but I recently just heard it. But wasn't it? I can't remember. It was in a van. Okay, it was in a van. That's what I thought. Oh my God, what was the other one? The Toy Box Killer? Was it the Toy Box Killer? Oh my God, do you guys know about that one? Jesus Christ, that one is. Oh my God. So Albert Fish, if you guys don't know, is a serial child predator cannibal, right? He liked he was very into like pain. He liked pain to be caused to him. Actually, sometimes he would have his own children beat him with nail-studded paddles. He would also insert nails into his groin. Yeah, he was a cannibal. He admitted to eating kids. He actually wrote a letter. You can read it. He sent a letter to one of the victims' mothers. He also was a child predator. The letter is disgusting, but also how he, with that little boy too was awful just as well. Jeffrey Dahmer killed Adam Walsh? I don't buy it. Why would Jeffrey Dahmer do that to Adam Walsh? Because Jeffrey Dahmer was not interested in little boys. Because Adam Walsh was a young boy. Jeffrey Dahmer's only interested in I would say probably probably teens to older men. Like that was his target. But it was usually older men. Like I would probably say like 18 to like 30s, probably. Maybe 40s was his type. Yes. Oh, of course. And you know what the crazy thing was? Albert Fish, like, the fact that he had children was insane. Yes, he used to put... Yeah, he used to put nails inside his pins in his groin, and they did an X-ray of it, and you can see there's actually pictures of it. He it was weird, like so weird, and like he's just a weirdo. Yes, he was the boogeyman. He was the what was he? Wasn't he like the like I can't? He had a bunch of different names. Yeah, he was disgusting. Not a good person at all. I think we're going to call it here, though, with the video, but we can continue to talk about some serial cases. We can do a part 2 of this. The Gray Man. Oh, yeah, he was called the Gray Man. He was the boogeyman. He was like the real-life boogeyman of... I can't remember what the fucking name of it was. I can't... Hold on, let me look up his names. Oh, no, he would stick them into his, his dick. Who? Jeffrey Dahmer? No, Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. Who are we talking about? I'm so confused. Hold on. Let me close this. Oh my god, it's my face. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay. He was active in the 1920s and 1930s. He was born Hamilton Howard Fish in Washington, D.C. He became one of the most infamous and disturbing criminals in American history. He was known by multiple nicknames, including the Gray Man, the Brooklyn Vampire, the Werewolf of Wisteria, the Moon Maniac, and the Boogeyman. Fish committed at least 3 confirmed child slayings between 1924 and 1928, though he claimed to have many more, possibly up to 100 victims. His crimes involved kidnapping, torture, and cannibalism. Yeah, they found yeah, I'm very high. Yeah, there's a picture. Actually, I could probably find you a picture of it. You ready? Actually, we'll show you the piece of shit that's responsible for this disgusting behavior. There he is. Here he is. There's Albert Fish. And this is his x-ray of his groin with all the fucking needles shoved in there. From him, he did it himself. As you can see, there's one here, here, bunch here, here, here. Like, they're a bunch. Yeah. I wouldn't read the letter. It's very, it's a very hard read. I've read it. It's him in general. He's fucked up. He's honestly one of the worst, I think. Oh, look, there he is, younger. Bastard. There's, here, I'll show you the other guy. What did I say his name was? Okay. This is Robert Bordella. He is the one that is buried in Cuyahoga Falls. He was, okay, Robert Andrew Bordella Jr., known as the Kansas City Butcher and the Collector, was an American, kidnapped and blanked, tortured and unalived at least 6 young men in Kansas City, Missouri between... Did I already read this? I apologize. he meticulously documented the ordeals in logs and photographs. Arrested after a victim escaped. Yeah, so the victim escaped from the second story window. He jumped out the window because he was being held up. So what this piece of shit would do is he loved what he was a sadist. He loved sadism, right? He loved causing people pain, torture. That's what got him off. He would do all kinds of shit. Can I sum it up in PG? So what he would do is he would, I think he would drug the men, if I can remember. But he would do all kinds of stuff. He would put bleach in their eyes. He would electrocute them. He would do all kinds of stuff to them. Let's see. Let me read it. Let me find the information. Hearts to harbor dark desires. Okay. Man who would be, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Oh! Oh, so he likes, okay. However, by the time he was a teenager, Robert Bordella had started to gain some confidence. He realized that he was gay, and though he kept this a closely guarded secret, it gave him a level of self-assurance. Around the same time, he saw the 1965 film The Collector, which left a troubling impression on him. The movie follows a man who stalks and kidnaps a young woman, holding her captive in his basement until she is unalived. So that was his inspiration. Inside the brutal crimes of the Kansas City Butcher. I don't know if I can even read them. Probably, yeah, you know what? People have done documentaries on this. Jerry Howell was the 19-year-old son of the man who rented the booth next to Robert Bordella's at the market. In July 1984, Bordella, offered to drive Howell to a concert. However, he instead drugged the young man, took him back to his house, gave him tranquilizers, injected them, and tied him up to his bed. For the next 28 hours, he tortured and essayed him with foreign objects until he asphyxiated on his own vomit and the gag placed in his mouth. God. He hung the body over a large pot in his basement. He drained it, cut it up, stuffing him into trash bags and putting them on the street for the garbage to be collected. So he threw him away, is pretty much what he did. He put him in the trash. This is going to have to be censored, of course. Obviously, this is brutal. All the while Bordella was keeping detailed notes on the torture he inflicted upon his young victim on a stenographer's pad. If you don't know what a stenographer is, it's those people in the courtroom that are typing really fast. Just in case you didn't know. That's what that is. So this guy was keeping, which, dumbass, but good for us, right? Because he got caught, right? His second victim was 20-year-old Robert Sheldon, who arrived on Bordella's doorstep in April 1985, looking for a place to stay. 2 days later, Bordella drugged and bound him in order to express some of the anger and frustration he felt toward other people, as he later admitted in a confession, I guess. Over the next 3 days, Bordella swabbed. He put drain cleaner in his eyes. Poked needles under his fingernails, and he filled his ears with caulk before, right, him and cutting him up, just as he did with his first victim. His next few victims suffered similar fates. He drugged and disposed of Mark Wallace in June and James Ferris in September. Oh, Jesus. With these men, the Kansas City Butcher added to his torture repertoire and used alligator clips to apply electrical shocks to their nipples and their gonads. Then in June 1986, Berdella ran into Todd Stoops, a 23-year-old who had briefly stayed with him twice before. When Berdella saw Stoops at a nearby park, he invited him over. Then he held him captive for 2 weeks, continually assaulting him and torturing him. He even injected drain cleaner into his larynx to silence his screams. Todd Stoops survived for 2 weeks before he died due to a ruptured butt wall from Berdella's fist that caused septic shock. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Robert Berdella's sixth and final victim was Larry Pearson, who suffered 6 weeks of torture at the hands of him. In the spring of 1987, Pearson survived so long because he attempted to gain his captor's trust. But when he bit Berdella's wiener during one of the many essays he endured, Berdella plunged him with a tree lemon to death. Berdella would try to again in March 1988, but this time his victim would bring about his downfall. How the police finally brought... Oh my God, there's a picture. Jesus Christ. How the police finally brought him down. On March 29, 1988, Robert Berdella abducted Christopher Bryson, a 22-year-old sex worker he solicited. Bryson experienced 4 days of SA and torture before he managed to break free from his binds, while his captor was at work by burning through the ropes using a box of matches Berdella had accidentally left nearby. Naked, except for a dog collar Berdella had placed around his neck, Bryson leaped from a second-story window, breaking his foot in the process. Ignoring the pain, he ran down the street until he spotted a meter reader who helped him contact the police. When investigators arrived at Robert Berdella's house, they were horrified by what they found. 2 human skulls, vertebrae, envelopes full of teeth, a bloody chainsaw, a 334 Polaroid photos of the Kansas City Butcher's victims, both deceased and alive. Detectives also discovered Berdella's stenographer's pad filled with elaborate torture logs for each of his victims lying atop a dresser. With such an abundance of evidence against him, Berdella had no choice but to plead guilty, and he agreed to reveal everything about the vile murders he carried out to avoid execution. His victims' families weren't satisfied with the deal. I wouldn't be either. Paul Howe, the father of Jerry Howe, told the New York Times in 1988, "I think he should have got the death penalty." I agree with you. Robert Berdella was instead sentenced to life in prison without parole. He died of a heart attack at Missouri State Penitentiary on October 8, 1992. Less than 4 years into his sentence, bullshit, at the age of 43, so ended the life of the Kansas City Butcher, one of the most horrific serial Ks in modern history, excuse me. What do you think? Is that not crazy or what? Yeah. Is that ridiculous? Hey, Monk Shooty T. Excuse me, I apologize. Isn't that crazy? Only 4 years into his sentence, and he literally dies of a heart attack in prison. He didn't even, that's bullshit. See, that pisses me off. When they finally get caught, and half the time they're, older most of the time, and then they end up, dying of, natural causes or something. It's that's such bullshit. It's that's, no justice at all. Let's be real. No justice at all for the victims and the victims' families. That's very, very sick and depraved. Yeah, it just crazy. Crazy. Wow. Yes, he did. Yeah. Somebody attacked. Yeah, I don't remember why. But yes, he was. good. I hope he's burning. I hope they're all burning. Jesus God. I think I know about Alonzo Lopez. I think I listened to a podcast about him. Oh, there's actually one in my state. Probably one of the worst I ever heard. It was actually, I really enjoy listening to true crime, but this one made me take a break for a long time. Because it destroyed me. It's actually a case in Ohio, not too far from here. Actually, it might be in Columbus or Cincinnati. Maybe, I think. Somewhere like that. Anyways, the dad. I don't even want to talk about it because that was the worst case. You know what? I did see that Borgia Bowl. I have seen that a lot. Actually, I've seen that. It's interesting. But, you know what? Never mind. I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it. I'll try to find the article. I'll try to find their names, and then you guys can look up the story, a case if you want. I can sum it up. Let's see. Dude, where the fuck is this at? Oh my god, that's not the one I'm looking for, but that is awful. Oh, here's a piece of shit. Actually, here, you know what? You guys need to see this piece of shit in all his glory. He needs to be shown because I have never wanted to go somewhere so bad and do things to somebody in Minecraft. Not really. Than this piece of shit motherfucker in my life. He kidnapped, he essayed, and he killed his child, 10-year-old son. There's his face, okay? I can't remember what. That's his name. Here, I'll put it in the chat so everybody can go there. That's this piece of shit. This is him. This is him, right? You see what this headline says right here. Okay? Warning, oh, hold on, guys. Warning, the details are incredibly disturbing. I'm sharing it because it's like, I just... So... Okay. An Ohio father is facing life behind bars after pleading guilty to unaliving his 10-year-old son. Prosecutors say the victim was subjected to years of sustained extreme abuse and torture before his life was ended. In the most brutal and inhumane way, in the most inhumane fashion. Jackass was 32 at the time he pleaded guilty on each count of murder, rape, and kidnapping, in addition to 3 counts of child endangerment over the December 2019 of his, oh, that's his name. That's the child's name. I'm not going to say his, well, you guys can look that. Dakota Collins, I believe is his name. He died in December 2019. Said that beginning in 2015, when Dakota was only 6 years old, the victim was subject to various types of abuse, which escalated into extreme torture that ultimately resulted in his demise. Police on December 13th, 2019 responded to a call at McLean's home located at 1834 Kensington Drive in Dayton. Oh, it's in Dayton, Ohio. Concerning an unresponsive child. Emergency medical services attempted life-saving procedures and transported Dakota to Dayton Children's Hospital, but the boy was pronounced dead soon thereafter. Medical personnel reported that the child had numerous injuries indicative of being severely beaten. Law enforcement officials took photographs from inside McLean's home that reportedly showed blood spatter on several walls, a bathtub filled with several inches of water in it, as well as a suspicious door that was fitted with a padlock. Montgomery County Coroner Kent E. Hashbarger performed an autopsy and determined that Dakota's cause of death was blunt force trauma, in combination with comprehensive asphyxia and water submersion. The report also concluded that the child presented numerous injury patterns, I think is what it meant to say, characteristic of being hit with hard objects, multiple fractured ribs, and excessive acute and healing blunt force injuries, head, torso, and extremities, abrasions, contusions, and lacerations. Court documents show that the last few years of the child's life was particularly horrific. Investigators said that the boy was often stripped naked and locked in the filthy attic inside of the home, where he was raped and beaten mercilessly. Dakota was forced to stand bent over and cross-legged for long periods of time and receive a beating from his father if he stopped. Heck said that on the day of his death, McLean dramatically raped and beat young Dakota. But it doesn't say in the article how. This motherfucker took a wooden leg chair. He did the most unthinkable thing to his own child. And I'm pretty sure they even made him eat excrement and all kinds of nasty things. It's not fair. It's just like the, what is his name? I'm sure I would, Kate. I'd probably sob. And, like, all stories are horrific, but that one particularly just, I don't know what it is. That one just broke me. Because I think in pictures, and I'm thinking of this, and I just can't even imagine. And for some reason, we want to protect these people. I don't know why. It baffles me. Thank you, Acetone Ace, or excuse me, Acetone Ace Tone for becoming a new member. That's why I honestly hate, and I despise the foster care system, and I hate fucking CPS, because I don't know what it is. They literally wait until the child is pretty much is dead or near death. I don't understand. Just, like, I don't know if you guys know anything about the Gannon Stout case. That one's brutal too. Well, thank you, the Borgiable. I appreciate it. Like, I don't understand. No, they don't. Oh, the Casey Anthony case. Don't even get me started on that fucking bitch. Like, they shouldn't have went for the death penalty, because I can guarantee you, if they didn't, she would have been sentenced to prison if they didn't go for the death penalty. Oh yeah, of course. The Alaskan Avenger? What the hell is that? I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to dampen the mood, but I don't know. I think, my opinion, yeah, they're hard stories to listen to, but I can at least listen to them because that victim, the child, that person, whoever it was, they suffered it, and I can at least listen to what they went through, you know? Who? The Alaskan Avenger? Wait, really? Why? That guy, okay, the Alaskan Avenger should be fucking praised. He should have a badge. He should have, like, the Purple Heart. God. Ugh, that was awful. I don't know, what should we end on? Okay, I'll look it up. The oh. Shut up. Alaskan. He has a channel? Oh my god, he does. He has a channel. Dude, are you kidding me? This guy is my hero. Oh my god, and he's friends with JD DeLay, too. Are you serious? Wait, the Alaskan Avenger, from vigilante to advocate. Why? I don't understand. First of all, I would be giving him the Purple Heart. The badge. Like, something. I'm not kidding. Like, why would you send him to jail? Like, who gives a shit? He attacked a pedo. Who cares? Oh, well. Oh, no. A pedo got hurt. Oh, boo-hoo. Who gives a shit? That's what you get for being a fucking freak show and fucking weirdo pervert piece of shit. You know what I hope? Man, I really wish Hostel was a thing for pedos, because I tell you what, man. That guy that we were just talking about, I would take a damn wooden chair and you know what to him. I would. Oh my god. That would give me such pleasure. Like, I know that's awful to say, but it would give me such satisfaction. It just would, I don't know. Yeah, we need to protect the Alaskan Avenger at all times. This is amazing. Hell yeah. Is it because he's covered in tattoos? Is that another reason why, too? Who cares? Look at him. He's a badass. Oh, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. Yes. Well, I don't. That's why this shit is so serious to me, and it means, like, I can't stand it. I hate pedophiles, and I fucking hate women beaters, abusers, animal beaters. Like, I just can't stand it. Yes, you're right, Borshable. That is like the perfect spot for them. They should be like on a conveyor belt. Just, you know what I mean? Yep. Oh yeah. There's a lot of like parents, like their kids have been, like abused or taken off the planet, and they get revenge. And I love when they don't get because it's like how can you expect that parent not want to, you know what I'm saying, not to want to avenge, want to physically harm the person that hurt their child. Like, I just don't understand. Like, so whoever thinks that must not have kids. I mean, I don't have kids, but I understand because I've, dated people that have kids, and I've considered them like they're my own. I treat them like they're my own. So I just don't understand. It boggles me. And especially as a cop, I thought you were supposed to protect and serve. Who gives a shit if some pedo got beat up? I know. To be honest, the one guy from the UK that was one of the that case is awful, horrific. I can't remember. He was the leader of a band. I can't remember his name. He recently just passed. Actually, he was in prison. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. To be honest, I can't remember his name, but good. Thank God. One less person breathing our air. But it's crazy. Yes, I do. Yeah, and it was on camera. It was like he was at the airport or something, and he poo-pooed him. I saw that video. I say well done, because let's be real. He probably, I don't know. Hey, that's okay, Taffy. Did you see the NY influencer dog ditter that returned a husky? Oh my god! No, but I'm gonna find her too. Ian Watkins? Why does that name sound familiar? Yes, Ian Watkins. Yes, that's him. Yes, Ian Watkins. What was he the singer of? Yeah, biggest pieces of shit of all pieces. Good, he died in... Sorry, that was terrible. Actually, no, it isn't. Oh no, he died on October 11, 2025. He was singer of Lost Prophets. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Borjable. Yeah, lead singer of the Lost Prophets. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. I'm pretty sure he was attacked, though, as soon as he got there. What's fucking Jared from Subway? That's why I don't eat Subway anymore. I don't support Subway because the higher ups knew the whole time what he was doing. I don't support them. Nope. I don't support people that support pedos and knew about it. Nope. Sorry. Dude. Tonka, I honestly don't know if I'd be able to keep my composure. I would probably go to jail. Because I consider my pets my children. So, yes. Good. Good, Maniac. I'm good. Hey, you know what? Good. You know what? I know this is awful to say. And Minecraft, I hope he suffered just like his victims, because that's what you deserve. Sing last straight home? I don't know. Maybe. It was like the UK's. What was it? I'm not talking about Jimmy Savile, even though he's the biggest pieces of shit of all pieces of shit. If you know, you know. The UK's biggest pedo. Never got caught for it ever. But oh my god, he was like, he had like a blog about it. I can't remember his name, but it was insane. Yeah, it is. Especially, what is it called? The BBC? Is it the British Broadcasting Centre? I don't know if that's what it is. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of pedos in fucking UK. A lot of them. Especially with the BBC. I don't understand. The BBC loves protecting pedos. I don't know if they still do, but they did. That, I'm not sure. That's just what I've heard, not fact. Also opinion. But that's what I've read. Yes, Richard Hickle. Thank you. Yes, Richard Hickle. Hi, Mike. Yes. Yes, Gary Glitter. Yeah, he was another one. Yes, but thank you, Micah Harper. Yes, Richard Hickle. Awful person. Hey, Garbage Pail Kids. I hope you're doing well. It's going good. Peter Scully's possibly... Yeah, Peter Scully's a piece of shit, too. You're not wrong. There's a lot of them. Good, Diesel Viper. I'm sorry about good. Joseph Fritzl? Was that the guy who kept his daughter in the basement and had kids with her, and they made a movie about it? Am I wrong? Oh my god. Ew. The Crimes of Joseph Fritzl. Who the hell? Oh, Jesus. God. Oh, British Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't know what it was. I knew it was British Broadcasting something. British Broadcasting Corporation, yeah. BBC loves pedos, I don't know. Peter Scully. Is that who I'm thinking of? If it's who I'm thinking of, you're not wrong. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, he was another one. Oh, yeah, he was a trafficker. Yeah, he was, I think, actually linked to Richard Huckle, actually. I'm pretty positive yeah, the dark room, yeah. Right. Yeah, there's some weird people in Europe. But, I don't know. Alright, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I'm sorry the ending was a little sad. And I cried. I apologize. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back with more things. We'll do more. We'll finish the video with the cryptids, and then we can do, like, conspiracies and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all later. Bye! Bye, guys. Peace out, bitches.
Yeah, roll credits, that's the end of the show. Cassandra Marie, yeah, you already know. Talk my talk, now I'm taking my throne. Hit subscribe, don't watch me alone. Roll credits, lights fade to black. If you miss one thing, better run it right back. Like, comment, share, yeah, run that stack. Cassandra Marie, yeah, I'm built like that. Came in strong, now I'm leaving it stand. Whole vibe solid, yeah, the name got brand. No filter talk, yeah, I said what I said. Now they replay clips, cause it's stuck in their head. From the first click in to the last frame drop. Yeah, I keep it moving, never letting it stop. If you rock with me, then you already know. Every video heat when I run the show. Independent grind, yeah, I built this lane. Now they watching close every time I flame. Notifications on, yeah, ring that bell. Real ones locked in, you can always tell, yeah. Roll credits, that's the end of the show. Cassandra Marie, yeah, you already know. Talk my talk, now I'm taking my phone. Hit subscribe, don't watch me alone. Roll credits, fade to black, Cassandra Marie. Yeah, I'll be right back.